So this is really kind of just a good reminder of how important it is to make sure you have a good process around updating, because that's really our only defense against this. Like, we're not software people, but as they patch and fix these things and these flaws, we need to make sure that we're updating all of our systems. So the next thing I wanted to do is talk about some trends that we see, that we have been seeing, that we're basically expecting to continue as time goes on in 2022. So the first one, I mean, and this isn't a brand new trend, I mean, it's been going on since the inception of cyber attacks, is that cyber criminals are better funded, better organized, and they're getting smarter and smarter all the time. They always seem to be one step ahead of everybody. So the first kind of smarter attack I want to talk about is MultiPerson Teams. And I have a true story related to this. Literally a week and a half ago, I have a teenage son, big into gaming, online gaming with all of his friends. He runs down the stairs to me and says, "Dad, I've been banned from Steam." And Steam is basically a platform that kids use for gaming together, as well as there's a chat feature of it. So he says, "Yeah, I've been banned for life, but it's all a mistake. And the guy that did it, he texted me and he apologized for doing it. It was a mistake. He was trying to ban someone else, but he knows how to fix it. And he's already introduced me to an admin at Steam that's going to help me. And he says the first thing I need to do is reestablish my account by buying a gift card." And right then I said, "Stop talking," because, and I hope everybody on the call knows this, there's very little that is solved by buying gift cards, short of being late for a birthday party and not having a gift. But there is nothing legal or otherwise solved by purchasing a gift card for somebody that texts you or calls you on the phone. So anyways, what happened is a two-person operation. Is the first person, if you want to call it, it's not really good cop, bad cop. It's kind of like good cop, good cop. But so the first person that set him up, and obviously they're, playing on emotions. My son was worried he was going to be banned for life from playing games with his friends. So of course he was going to do anything the people said that was going to get this back. Thankfully, I stopped him before he did it. And then bringing on the second person. So, it was almost like, a little bit more trustworthy of a resource that, it was a two-person thing and he was introducing you to an authoritative figure. Anyways, just wanted to give you an example of that and share that story with you. The shaming and double shaming, the shaming isn't necessarily new, and that's basically once these criminals have access to your data, posting it, or the threat of posting it publicly to, shame you into paying the ransomware, or, hopefully give you that threat that you'll pay the ransom. Double shaming now goes one step further in that they're parsing through the data and finding information on like contacts and things like that you might have in your systems, in your database and whatnot, maybe even researching and finding your clients and contacting your clients and saying, "Hey, guess what? We found your information on so-and-so's because we've hacked them. And if they don't pay the ransom, we are going to publicly display all their data, which includes yours." So that's another trend. Supply chain attacks. So getting smarter, not just going for the biggest big businesses and the biggest bang, but the biggest reach. So an example of that we saw last year, and this is something that hit home in our industry, a company called Kaseya that makes IT management software used by thousands of IT companies across the world. And there was a vulnerability there that attackers, had access to, hundreds of thousands of potential endpoints. Now, granted, I think they did get in and close up those flaws, but that was definitely one that hit close to home. And just another example that these hackers, again, are getting smarter about who they are targeting, trying to find ways that they can get the biggest bang for their own buck. Ransomware as a service, again, it's not new. And I just sort of pull up a screenshot here just to give you the idea. And it is super easy for anybody, if they wanted to start a ransomware business, I guess, so to speak. And not very expensive. $40, you can buy this kit in a box, basically, which is still crazy to me. I had to show you this one. I came across this one of this company called Tox. Like, it's almost like this, how they're explaining how things work and whatnot. But it's just the wording of the things that they had here under how do I make money with Tox. You can subscribe, no mail or other shit needed, and create your virus. I just love how they said that, because let me tell you, if there was mail or other shit that was required, forget it. I'm not doing this ransomware thing. It's too much work. And then, of course, at the bottom here, they'll keep 30%. So if it's a $100 ransom, you get $70 and we'll get $30. Isn't that fair? Well, that's so nice of them. I just got a kick out of the way that they worded that. Other trends, just how, basically how cyber attacks and ransomware attacks have progressed over the years. So this is a diagram just kind of giving you an idea of, when they first started, a criminal would prepare the attack. He would send it out. The user would click on the link. The ransomware got dropped, and you got the big alert on your screen that says all your files have been encrypted, pay the ransom. Then you either paid the ransom or you didn't. Maybe you got the decryption key, maybe you didn't, maybe they attacked you again. Here's what a more modern attack looks like. So they're attacking the vector. There's now different ways that they're going after individuals. They're exploiting other things like remote desktop protocols, Citrix, things like that. They're getting more direct in their phishing attempts with spear phishing, doing research on organizations first. Then once a user clicks on the infection, it's not necessarily triggering off alarms or making any big, notices on the screen. Now they're a little bit smarter. Now once they have access to one machine, they may start dropping additional malware that gets them, more control. Also, you see the section there said pen testing tools. So they're starting to use cyber security tools to their advantage. Like, why would they go traipsing around in a network manually when they could drop a pen testing tool that will go in and will search for vulnerabilities and let them know where the vulnerabilities are? And then the next piece of it is called living off the land. So they're going to be just using everyday basic tools that go kind of undetected and go throughout and try and find out as much information as they possibly can. Then they're going to try and get lateral movement over to as many other machines as they possibly can, and also looking for ways to escalate their privileges to see if they can get up to like administrative access in the network. Then from there, it moves over before they're going to, drop the ransomware and make any other loud noises. They're going to do data exfiltration, which is trying to download as much and capture as much data from the environment as they can, because they're going to use that, again, the threat of shaming and displaying all that data publicly. Then they drop the ransomware and encrypt files, and now they've got the ability to do as much damage as possible, again, with the ability to hopefully gain and ask for a higher ransom.